It is now 10 o'clock. We will begin. Just a quick last reminder, all the graduates will be seated on the far left. If you're a delegate, you're expected in front of the stage, a guest at the far left, at the far right. We shall begin here. My name is Gideon Winter. Gideon Winter isn't Kaz. Vanessa Gaba Mashit. Mahigan do them. Nagwa-gym na ako gabu wichu shank. Uwe guys trying to go to Mada. We will now honor the drum in procession as the graduates from year one enter the venue.
Sure.
Thunder Mountain Singers.
How do you keep these doors open? Because we're starting now. Yeah. How do you keep these doors open? Huh? Okay. 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 No. They're not ready. They're not ready. Not ready yet? Okay.
As we wait a few moments, again, if you need assistance or if you need anything, there's people in the red t-shirts who are volunteers who will help you if you need anything, if you have any questions. And I would like to welcome you all for being here. We're going to go on to Kapowak. We're going to be in the garage. We're getting web going to say 2021 wedding music was never. As we got, I'm working on my 4th year there.
Sure.
And it's a privilege to be able to come up here and do MCs. I get invited to MC every so often, and I like it. It gets me to places I've never been before, and I'm just waiting for the sign, and we'll go ahead. All right. We will now honor the drum in a procession as the graduates from year one enter the venue. Blue Mountain Singers. Everybody stand there, ladies and gentlemen.
Bonjour, we're on behalf of Thunder Mountain Singers. We're honored to be here. At this time, we're going to be doing a staff song honoring our staffs and our community flags. At this time, we're going to be doing an honor song for our graduates, which is quite an accomplishment. And the song that we're going to be using is a thank you song, thanking for a lot of things that we do have to be thankful for, and which is our education and our lives. And I just wanted to start out by saying, Pitwa itang na cause washish nito temkachiwanang intunchi. Thunder Mountain is na cause it. And at this time, Nijikindam nagamoyan away nagamon migwich nagamon for our graduating class. right, miigwech na Maachita.
Thank you very much, Thunder Mountain Singers. We'd like to welcome you all for being here this morning. The next person I'm going to call up is Wanda Baxter.
Bonjour, Kakinoma, Kabizaik, Misre, Pinamasa, Migrets Gaina, Kijemanito, Uma, Epizindago, and Oma, Kawi, Kajueba Gwenongum, Anish Kijemanito win, Oganawabandan, Pimatis win. We gave one koge king dotaman. Gave one koge gi shigagi gituan. And it's reg chinen dagon we and it's nabe mwin. And it's reg ken damin. Iwe kan given jibagitin go seaman. To be a abbot stoyan. We guys you when it's nabe mwin. And it's keep it back take home. Iwe enishnabe moyang. Iwe me goch kinomati uga megong. Kakijayang. Akipi otapi ni goyang. Mishwe nongom. Mijuaban tamang. Mijuaban tamang we nishnabe mwen. Che tebi namang. Che bigi we tebi namang. Nishnabe mwen. Anishmiwe gina wint ejiayang. We chijigagi gitwang. We gai kito kaji kagi gitwang. Miwe gao ni kachwani keeg. Iwe anin ekidnanyuang. Kijigagi gitnanyuang anishnabe mwan. Iwe gawin chwani tuyang. Ege migwech dinagwe. Kanigam watch matueganing. Wege Maugimag Kanigan Chigewache Uma Kijan Schnabewiang. Kegeoe Kagishtuach Kinawa Stebin a make it and Schnabemwa. And Ishmiwe I gaiji goyang Chiji Gagi Gitoang. Mishre Hachnaseo Zaganashim and Ishre going andam Kenzinawa Iwanishnabimwin. Mishigo Binamami Gwetch and the kid away, where Tiwabano, Shawano, Ningabiano, Kiwedno. Kegemat Kitakiminan. Kegewe Speming Gemanito, Kajibayach. And Ishigoe Kitino Magananak. We got key and the key watch on my hour. Mishigoe, Minigo Gakituan, Gemanito. Nin Kichibinet sequence in casa take note them as an stone the jar Madewin. I hope me good. Just a short, brief few words in English. Where is Pabangi going? I want to thank our Creator for looking after our lives, looking after everything And above all, of course, say miigwech to the drum and the singers and the songs and the eagle staff. And that's who we are as an Anishinaabe people. We are connected to the drum, the songs, and the feathers, and the eagle staff. That's who we are. And we use our native names, use our clan system, and our language. And as you know, as the history of our people, we know where we came from and what happened to us. And now the people that came from across the way, we thank them very much for helping us, because they do have their struggles too with the language, with their own language. And a man had a dream that this was going to happen. And I think I'm talking about the one that came from New Zealand. He had a dream when he was about 8 years old. And now this is happening. It's come to, I guess, I shouldn't say I guess, it was meant to be. And also the basic Anishinaabe, Kakisa, Chwete, and one of our people went over there across the way, and they all come together, and we are here today for that. Miigwech, that's all I need to say. I want to say miigwech. Now.
Hold on, Wanda. We have a gift for you. Thanks for your comments and prayers, miigwech. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we'll now do our land acknowledgement. We want to acknowledge the flag staff and our drum group. Matawa First Nation, Matawa Education, and the Matawa 9 communities respectively acknowledges the land which we live in, work, visit, and the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe Nation and the traditional territory of Fort William First Nation, signatory to the Robinson Superior Treaty of 1850. We would like to acknowledge our friends, family, who are with us in live stream. We would like to extend our gratitude to the graduates' families for their love and support throughout their lives, studying and education. And once again, let's give ourselves a round of applause. We also acknowledge those in attendance. Matawa Chief Executive Officer David Paul couldn't be here today, but he's a big force to be here. That he's here with his vision. Board of Directors, Matawa First Nation Education Authorities, the 9 traditional territories, Aroland, Constance Lake, Abmadung, Gunigaming, Long Lake 58 First Nations, Martin Falls, Niskandaga, Nibenamik, Webakwe, delegates in attendance, Member of Parliament Saul Mamakwa, Grand Chief Alvin Fiddler, and our Maori friends from Iti, Dr. Rango Wateri, our Education Director of Matawa, Sharon Nate, First Nations management staff, the graduates, National Indigenous Kaknamaganika, tutors, assistants, Matawa Wakatiri, Pathway to Achieving Successes, Kathy, the volunteers in the Hope Lake Culture Group. We also want to acknowledge those who send regrets. Honorable Patty Haydu, Member of Parliament, and Louis Bagnew, and Mayor Ken Bischoff. I will now take the time to invite Chris Munoz Zugagadich.
30 seconds, yeah. Okay, Migach, I don't know if I was to do stand-up comedy or I don't have a speech prepared. I was invited here, so David Paul couldn't be here, so I guess I'm doing the opening remarks. And Migach, umagabi jaik, egina, umagabi gabi wijigawi toek, goina gagi kisto ajuan and hini, and snave one, kanamagayon, or nahinga, goina. I think there's like got doc. Nahi ugasto na ayon shawas kamo ajon kanamagayon. We're close to 100 graduates. I hear, and it's very nice to see. It's very inspiring to see our people, try to revitalize, to try to talk in our language. When I'm at home, or when I'm in my community, I rarely speak English. It's my language all the time, and that's why I try to encourage our youth, our people that go in the community. And again, here we have a radio system, handheld radios in communities, and I hear people go in the Schnabem watch. And one of the things that we have to watch out for is when they can't pronounce certain words, don't laugh at them. Don't make fun of them. Encourage them how to say it properly. Because I've seen that. I used to be a language teacher several years ago. I can't remember. It's been a long time. Yeah, anyway, I used to teach language, and I used to hear people used to laugh at kids for speaking wrong, for saying things wrong. And now you see the decline of our language in our communities. And that's the most hurtful thing to do is when you laugh at somebody when they try something. Rather than laughing at people, encourage them. What is language? What does language mean to you? What does language mean to me? To me, it means connection to the land, connection to the river, connection to the who I am, my identity, connection to the teachings from my elders, from my past, from my father. When I came out to high school, he wouldn't accept my collect calls. He wouldn't accept, and I thought, I thought, they don't love me. But I had to write to them in order if I wanted something. And I couldn't write English to them because they don't read English. So I used to I had to learn syllabics to communicate with them. And that worked. I mean, it was harsh, but it worked. Now, I'm a very good syllabics writer. I'm a very good Anishinaabe speaker. And I'm also good in English. That's a foundation of how your pride, the way you are, and how you're going to be. The knowledge is a strong foundation of your language. And I've always, my dad, I remember my dad told me that one time. It says, if you you can go a long way with your language. You can go a long way other than, so that's what I try to instill in my youth, in my people. Yeah, we are at a point. I remember I used to speak as preserving the language. I used to use the word preserve. I thought I was getting cut off. Time to go. Yeah. And I used to use the word preserve the language, right? Now it's come to a point where we have to use the term revitalizing the language. Because more and more, when you see children in our communities, Saginaw Shimwak, all of them, you hardly hear a child speak the language. That has to change. Migach.
No, hold it there. We got a gift for you. I'll stand right there. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Okay. We will continue on with the agenda. Well, the year one certificate in the Indigenous Pathways to Speak in the Language is a free program offered in Ojibwe, Oshki, and Cree, delivered to both Matawa and non-Matawa. The student attends class twice a week for 2 hours, must maintain an 85% attendance, and achieve all access tax to complete 6 Shaman, Matawa, Wakatir translations as fast-moving canoes on the rivers that merge and celebrates the relationships between First Nations and Maori to help revitalize their 3 languages. I will now call up the very first graduates of Skull Gaknamaguzich 2019 pilot program for Anmakiwichi. So I will call now on Nancy Rich and Lawrence Theroux. Can we have the class of 2019 and 20 to the stage, please? Just on the side stage. I call now upon Sinden Baxter. Morris Douglas. You might as well. What? Vivian Van Ledger. Shane Ostamis. Monica Butselek. Catherine Hoody. Marianne Nawagisik. Nick Shaver. Danielle Gibson couldn't be here. She was supposed to do the last remarks of that class. On behalf of Danielle Gibson, that's one more time congratulate that class of 2019. I call upon Jill Baxter and Kathy Thierl and the 2022 and 23 graduates to the stage. Hold on, I gotta, give me a second. We're way far ahead. There's supposed to be a talker here. We will have our first keynote speaker. I totally forgot about this guy. I talked to him last night. Oh, I gotta make sure you come, and I was trying to persuade him. I heard he wasn't sure that if he wasn't coming, so I totally forgot about him. Mr. Alvin Fiddler.
Amigos, Saul was getting ready to get up. I mean, amigos, this to make it down, and our man, again, my guys, say to be done. Amigos, one day I give skin. I mean, I give my day out, and knock my guys say, you know, as we starts. Could you go and where I would make? Kasigawan hwe kagi penguts chenagis tuek hwe gits kono hier beben swine gwek kagi no pengut jenek the moy go skatzak and snabe moon kasigawan hwe big guys opiki swats kagi da daimanek mina kagi mama mian che ayamian gerin Jabat Stone Gagis Mini Gorkmando were and Sniper Moon. What's Christian Darwin, Eugene and Kinamarka, Gduska Zimanek, Gdawasi Manek, Gumina, what again, Nigan get a bad swats, Gawi Ka, what's Penuit Joint to work. Gawi ka juan to where gagis been workmando. He were gaggy what where guys gives work and sniper moon guys the academic. Gawi ka juan sick. What's again Eskamga by me and what the gear nook Eskamagain what's the mamma dan where mando me going. Awasago kigad nasne enwadago ewam tugoziumat. Bibugo kigad kubans kwaza enis kenamat sijayamat swam tugoziumon. What's my God getting God to each one where kinamagain. It's where the guys tajikek kiwad nok. Skono gamagok, Imam guys, Chitagunigatek, here guys, one snabber moon, Chitagunigatek, Hima, Skono gamagok, Kirino Askatsak, Awasak Dabago, Kirino Janakin Matra, with the Nigan, just to us Kirino Jayamat. You know, our language is a beautiful gift that was given to us by our Creator, and it's so important that we do everything we can now to ensure that our language lives on, so that when we leave this earth, our children, our grandchildren will be able to speak it, and that they in turn can pass that on to their own children. And so that's why I wanted to be here today, is just to show my support and to this very important program. I also just want to acknowledge all the instructors, all the supporters, including our relatives from New Zealand, our Maori relatives. Miigwech for supporting this very important initiative, and to the graduates. I was just so proud to stand over here when you were walking in. It's so, I think, emotional for us to see that our language has a future. That we will make sure that our language does not die during our generation, or we will do everything we can to make sure that it lives on through our children, our grandchildren, and those that will follow us. I'm sorry, Saul, that I stole your spotlight there. I didn't mean to. I wasn't even on the program. I was just walking by the neighborhood here when I saw something was going on. I walked inside, but I'm just so grateful to be here. And again, congratulations to the graduates, to your families. I hope that you find a place in your community, whether it's one of the many programs that are currently being delivered, or whether it's at a school in your community, where you can share your knowledge and share your gift of language to be able to teach our children in our schools, in our classrooms. And so that when we travel to your communities, we can hear our language more and more, especially amongst our children. I think that's our dream, that's our hope, and that's why this program is so important. So Miigwech, thank you so much for inviting me.
You got a gift? Move down a little bit.
Oh, you want to? There's a photographer right here. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Alvin. It's a privilege to have you here this morning. We weren't sure he was going to be here. We had Johnny Yellowhead has to be acknowledged as well. He was very instrumental bringing the language revitalization to our Matawa group. We will now let Johnny Yellowhead there, ladies and gentlemen. We will now call upon the 2022-2023 Ojibwe graduates, Aeroland, and I welcome tutor Joe Baxter and Kathy Thero to the stage. The graduate to the side stage. If we'd have the graduates to the side stage, I'll be okay. Take two. You go in the middle. You're marked. Yeah. You hold it. You hold it there. Hold it there. Okay, first we have Krista Bouchard. Go in the middle. Go in the middle. Eunice McGiskin. Donald McLeod. Annabelle Mendewagen. I call upon now tutor escort Gordon Yellowhead and assistant Eileen Wabano. And the Port Hope First Nation graduates Ojibwe to the side stage. You guys will go with this. There, Mark. There. You wait there. Gonna wait there. We got Michelle Hackamanian. Michelle is not here. Janelli Wabano. And Waswa. Sarah Wabuz. And Soapy Yellowhead. Another round of applause for Gunigaming First Nation. Thank you very much. Port Hope First Nation. Sorry. We welcome now Gunigaming First Nation 2022 and 23 graduates. I welcome Sharon and Bernadine Mendewagan to the stage and the graduates to the side stage. Oh, sorry, we gotta start over, sorry. First we got Janelle Bear. And Brittany Mendewagan. Thank you very much. A round of applause for those graduates. We got Long Lac 58 up next for the 2022 and 23 graduates. Two desk coordinating Andrea Albunabagon and Cheyenne Tabin. And the graduates to the side stage. Long Lake 58 First Nation. First we have Joseph Joseph Bedwash. Oh, okay, right. Theresa Forte. Shelley Lavelle. Claire Onabagon. Emma Forte. Carla Cottage. Sylvia Mishaki. She may not be here. And Stacy Taylor. Sylvia Mishaki was in the washroom. So once again, please welcome Sylvia Mishaki. I'll take a picture. Long Lake 58 First Nation there, ladies and gentlemen. We got Niskandaga First Nation coming up, Oshki, 2022 and 23 graduates. I call upon Elizabeth Sugarhead and Colleen Munoz to the stage, and the graduate on the side stayed. Mark, try to be in the middle. We welcome Jody Sackney. Niskandaga First Nation, ladies and gentlemen. I call upon now Sarianne Fiddler and Bentley Chicho to the stage, and the Thunder Bay Oshki graduates to the side. Thunder Bay Oshki graduates for the 2022-23. Sarianne Fiddler and Bentley Chicho on the side. Okay, we got Crystal Capitu. Dawson Mahichuk. Angela Sophia. Tara Dorval. Ryan Sakakeep. Rebecca Yes/No. That's Thunder Bay OG Cree there, ladies and gentlemen. We will now invite the Thunder Bay Ojibwe 2022 and 23, Wanda Baxter and Kathy McGuire to the stage, and the graduates to the side stage. 2022-23, Thunder Bay Ojibwe. Just goes. Careful with the last. First, we have Brenda Orvellen. Patricia McGiskin. She is not here. Monica Turpin. Cynthia McGiskin. Shannon Slipperjack. And Autumn Yes/No. Thank you very much, Ojibwe, Thunder Bay. The Matawa Education are honored to call upon our next keynote speaker. He's originally from Kingfisher Lake. I'm from Kingfisher Lake too. Yeah. We want to welcome our Member of Parliament, Mr. Saul Memakwa.
Miigwech kita nawa huma kagi pinandum shek huma ankinaganak mutawa skunagamuk eguminage nanakum ge kagi komwach madege wach egumina kutege kuma hukuma gaya wach ego antsnok skunik mawach kichine nagon antsnimun gai jagate kantsnabemun maskigumun mawach kichine nagonun. I'm very honored to be here. I'm very honored just because language is important. It's not too long ago when, our parents, our grandparents, I even went through that, where you're not allowed to speak your language in schools. Sometimes I wonder, I see these as institutions. Sometimes I see to learn your language, they charge you, which is kind of not right. They take away your language and they charge you for it to relearn it. So I laugh at that sometimes. Not laugh at it, but it's just, But anyway, I've been a member of provincial parliament for about 6 years, and that whole 6 years, one of the things that I was not allowed to do was speak my own language. Not until on May 28th, which is a few months ago, I actually am able to speak my language. I'm only sharing that because, when that happened, one of the elders told me that a long time ago, when late Frank Beardy became a Grand Chief, one of the comments that he made was that we will never hear our languages in the institutions of government. So this is probably, 90s, 80s, I'm not sure. But those are the barriers that we have to go through. I'm very lucky, I still speak my language. And everyone that's here that went to school to learn a little bit is a small step towards taking back the identity. We are taking back our ways of life. We are taking back, the teachings, the stories that were always transferred through language. And it's important that we keep on doing that. One of the things I always did, one of the things I did when I was younger was I became an education director. And one of the things that we did was create a curriculum that you learn your language, kindergarten to grade 3. English was never introduced until the ABCs were introduced, and I think it was grade 3. And I think that's the work that we need to do. Every one of us in this room have a responsibility to be able to keep the language. We cannot just depend on the learners, the kids, the children. As adults, as parents, as uncles and aunts, we need to be able to learn that. When I was in Kingfisher, there was this one lady we hired from the outside, hired teachers from Toronto, wherever. One of the things that she wanted to do was learn the language. And it took her 2 years to have a conversation with her one-on-one, or anybody in our language. 2 years. A person that doesn't speak any language, any of the languages. I bumped into her, I think it was last summer. I was in Thunder Bay somewhere, and we had a conversation in my language, and she is a white woman, and you can have that conversation. The reason why I share that, it's possible. It is possible to learn the language. Every one of you that are here, it is possible to learn the language. You have to just commit to it. And you know, even one of the things I try and do is over the years I try to write in syllabics, and I've learned a little bit. And you can learn, if you speak the language, you can actually write in about 8 weeks, but you just got to commit yourself. It takes 8 weeks to write syllabics. It's not hard. But anyway, again, it's an honor to be here. You know, language is power. Language is identity. Language is a way of life. Language is life, and it's important to, you know, it's important for me to support in any language initiatives. Okay, another story. I was in the new lieutenant governor. I think she was in town this week. She had invited me to her office about 3 months ago, just me and her. She sat me down, and she's a French-speaking lieutenant governor. So we're talking, and then she asked me about this initiative that Lieutenant Governor Bardaman that has started. It was a literacy initiative up north where you teach English, and make sure that there's proper literacy in English and math, I think. She asked me, what do you think of this program? She asked me, Well, I told her, I said, you know what, I don't really support it. I'd rather support our own languages, our own literacy programs up north where other people come in and teach our languages. And then she was taken aback by it. Like she kind of went like that. Why? He said, we're losing our languages in a very fast rate, and we need to get our languages back. But that losing our languages, losing our ways of life, everybody that is First Nations here who does not speak the language, that's how oppression works. That's how colonialism works. And we need to take back that step to take our languages back. Miigwech.
That's open for you. Thank you very much, all. We did witness that historic event where he was able to speak his language at the Parliament. Whether if you were driving or whether if you were in a classroom or you might have been home, you took the time to watch the historic event. Whether if it was on TV or from your phone. Some of you did get emotional, or some might have been upset because it was long overdue. Along with the agenda, we would like to welcome the Constance Lake First Nations Cree graduates of the 2023-24 class. I'd like to welcome Flory Sutherland and Nancy Wesley to the stage, and the graduates to the side stage. First, we have Majori Elsiad. Doreen Solomon. Irene Taylor. Lucy Hukichko. Sarah Sutherland. And Kathleen Taylor. That's your Constance Lake Cree graduates. I call up now Gunagaming First Nations, Ojibwe, 2023 and 24. I call to the stage Brittany Mendowagan and assistant Janelle Bear, and the graduates to the side stage. At first we have Raven Gagnol. And Ashley Lavelle. That is your Ojibwe graduates from Gunagaming First Nation. Thank you very much. We will now have Long Lac First Nations Ojibwe's 2023-24 graduates. I call upon tutor Cheyenne B. Dabin and assistant Hannah Mishaki to the stage, and the graduates to the side stage. First, we have Danielle Lagarde. Fred B. Dobbin. Hannah Mishaki. Juliet B. Dobbin. Faye Shibagabo. That is your Long Lac First Nations 58 graduates. We call upon now Martin Falls First Nations Ojibwe. I call upon Elizabeth Adjpaniskam and Assistant Michelle Smith to the stage. Okay, we got Joseph Munias. He may not be here. Oh, he's right there. He's coming. Joseph Munias, ladies and gentlemen. Take a picture. And Susanna Baxter. That is your Mountain Falls First Nations graduates, 2003-24. We will now call upon Thunder Bay Cree tutor Rebecca Yesno and assistant Bentley Chicho to come up to the stage, and graduates to the side stage. We have Rebecca Yesno, Jocelyn Chichu, Edward Yesno. He might not be here, but let's congratulate the Thunder Bay Cree. We got the Thunder Bay OG Cree, 2023 and 24. I invite Sarah-Ann Fiedler and assistant Crystal Shiganaqueb to the stage. And the graduates to the side stage. When you come up, be careful with the last step coming up to the top. It's a little hideous there. Ano ko find the way in? US squads on the duck queen. That's the you got to go to listen. Okay, Thunder Bay OG Cree. We got Elmer Adlookin. Jasmine Baxter. Sarah Berry. Mona Nikan. Those are your Thunder Bay OG Cree graduates. We will now call upon the Thunder Bay Ojibways, 2023-24. Tutor Escort Shannon Slipperjack and assistant Queenie Earl to the stage, please. And the graduates to the side. careful with the last one. Be careful with the last one. We will call upon Caitlin Belcombe. Michelle DeRozier. Sheehan McGuire. Leona Boyce. Mia Dixon. Leona Marshall. Faye Shoko. And John Earl. Your Thunder Bay Ojibwe graduates there, ladies and gentlemen. We will now have Webequie First Nation, OG Cree 2023-24. I call upon tutor Karina Wabas and assistant Sandra Spence to the stage, please. If we could have our Webequie students to the side stage, please. It might take a few moments. One of them is on a crutch, so it may take a few moments. He had a little accident, but she's okay. Webequie First Nation. Marilyn Baumgartner isn't here. I will call upon Haley Whitehead. You gotta put that up there, like that. That one. Oh, she made it, so give her a round of applause. Haley Whitehead. Haley Whitehead. and Shania Shiwebek. Let's all give a round of applause to all the graduates 2024 from 2023. Ego itam genegagajit. Whitney mendawagan isn't kaza guna gaming unse. Ugi kistun abangain huene aki skunuch 2022 and 23. Ego in no wichani gwen on guys skununets. I'm all over the place. We have this award coming up at the moment, and it's a Susan Sandel Memorial Award. If she could come up here and do the presentation. Miss Gloria Champagne, can you come up to the stage, please? So this special award is in the name of Susan Sandel Memorial Award in May 2019. She began working with the Mattel Education Department with two Maori Indigenous language specialists from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Unfortunately, Susan was not able to complete the curriculum. Susan Sandel was a Mattel Wakateri Indigenous Language Revitalization Specialist from the Cree language, who sadly passed away in February 2021. This award is presented to a graduate from Constance Lake First Nation who shows determination to complete the course with exceptional attendance, who help and supports peers. So we want to welcome Flory Sutherland and Suzanne's family to the stage to present the award.
Ayaw wachik oho Susan Sandaw iban giabetizu utagewin egewin kigashkitat umalalimun umashkigamun oho maga utaniza Wendy oho gumago ushima umisamawa Gloria gumago oho ni Carol Odette ogo nisto. Winamaga utaniza Wendy umaga mineo kagi kashkitat kegona kano ebeche kaskano maget kewin ebeche kaskano mazot umeno mashki gumun uta maga abo Wendy gaminitin you hand up to the student. Ayaw Doreen Solomon. The daughter, Wendy, and Carol want to say a few words on behalf of Susan Ibn. Miigwech.
Wache Miswe, Wendy Mikas, Dishnakasan, Constance Lake Dijin. Good morning, everyone. My name is Wendy Mikas. I'm originally from Constance Lake First Nation. I am Susan Sandow's youngest daughter. Her passion was learning the language and being able to share the knowledge. She taught the language for 40 plus years in different settings for the kindergarten, from kindergarten to university. It was her lifelong dream to create a curriculum to be taught in the school system. To see this happen is a big step to reclaiming the language. She would be proud of this accomplishment. What an amazing tribute to my mother. My family and I are honored to be presenting this award today. Thank you to everyone involved in the project and everyone that worked alongside with her. Miigwech for letting her dream live on. Kitch miigwech.
Wache, Carol Odat, and Disnakasan, Constance Lake and Donji, Wabistan and Dodem. I'm usually not the one at the mic. I'm always behind the scenes, but it's only my Auntie Sue who could bring me up here. She's the only person. So I'm one of Auntie Sue's nieces, and she had many nieces and nephews in Constance Lake and in other places like Toronto. So hi, cousins, if you're listening on a live stream. I would like to acknowledge her great niece, Danis, who she took care of as I was a working mom here in Thunder Bay. And I'd like to acknowledge her son-in-law, Devin, and grandchildren, Maya, Naima, Kaya, and Cyan, who wasn't able to be here today. And I'd like to acknowledge her great niece, Jasmine Baxter, who's one of the graduates, along with her children, Phoenix and Star, who are here too. So we all loved her as she had the quirkiness of our late Mushum Alex Stevens. I think the people of the Matawa Wakateri language program saw that too. Everyone at work here called her Kukam, and she liked it that way. She loved her work colleagues. And being the Cree person that she was, she could never say Aroha. She would always say Aurora. She could never say her, no matter how much we tried to correct her. So that's a really good memory of her. And like her daughter said, my Auntie Sue lived for the language. If there ever was a language champion in Constance Lake, it was her. It was her life mission, and she didn't do anything else. She was mentored for decades by another language champion who's passed on. Her name was Angela Moore. When I started taking interest in the language revitalization, she was very excited. I told her about the way the Maori brought back their language, teaching it in a different way, and she wanted to learn more about that. So unfortunately, she left us partway through her work, and that was very sad because she was representing the only Cree community in Matawa. So I would like to thank my auntie here, Auntie Gloria, who picked up her sister's work translating the curriculum. Auntie Sue could not understand why, despite her decades of teaching our Cree language, why new fluent speakers were not being developed and how our Cree language was in great decline. It actually still is, with only about 10% of the population, only the elders speaking now in our community. So this is a reality for many road access communities. And as a child, I had the privilege of being around my grandparents who spoke no English. So that was the best way to learn, just full immersion. And sadly, this is not the case anymore. Children are no longer hearing it too often, let alone speak or understand the language. So, you know, it's a piece of you that is gone forever, that you feel is missing when you don't speak the language. We all, the non-speakers, feel it. There's a lot of reasons why First Nations are losing their language, or shifting, as people like to refer to it. We all know what they are, and we see it across Turtle Island. In Constance Lake's case, part of the reason is because we moved so many times, and each time we did, we lost our language a little more the more we moved south. So it is now an endangered language on the language measurement scale, but the Cree language as a whole throughout Canada is doing okay. So we moved from James Bay, Fort Albany, and Cache, that's why we have the Cree, to English River, Mamatawa. Then we moved from Nagami Lake to English River, Mamatawa. Then we moved from English River, Mamatawa to Pagwa River, and then Pagwa River to where we are now. So we moved a lot of times. And a lot of communities in Matawa and Nan don't have a history of moving community locations 4 times. So that makes us unique, and it shows the damage that can be done to a language. But with this program, there is hope. So we're really happy that we have it in our community. Auntie Sue loved her students from Constance Lake. She taught them at a time when they were bused to the local town called Hearst. And she spoke of her students very fondly and often shared great memories of them. She loved sharing stories of the time that she spent on the land before our family lived on a reserve, whether it be in English River or the current additional reserve we have now that's called Constance Lake or Achikamik in Cree. So she tried to do what she could, and she even made YouTube videos. I'm not sure if they're going to be played, but she tried to do that. And as her niece, I'm very honored that the people of Matawa have established this award to remember her legacy and her name. And I'd like to acknowledge the leadership of Sharon Nate and her team and the people from New Zealand. So in conclusion, I would like to end off by saying that I am especially proud of graduates who have completed their Year 1 language certificates. And I'd also like to give my respect and admiration to Flory and Nancy, who worked with the Matawa Wakateri program in the community to produce these graduates. So, ni mena wenten, I like. Miigwech.
Thank you very much, Lori Settling and Suzanne's family. Is there a video that was supposed to be played? Okay, we will now take the time to honor our graduates with an honor song from the Blue Mountain Singers drum group. If we could all stand as we honor our graduating students. Thunder Mountain Singers. Thunder Mountain Singers. Thank you very much. We're going to have call up a student here we had once. We will call up now Brittany Mandawagan from Gunagaming First Nation. She is a graduate student from the 2022-23 and is currently tutoring the 2023 Year 1 program. Let's all welcome Brittany Mandawagan.
I was going to bring my papers, but it's kind of hard to flip through. Bonjour, Kinawea. Brittany Mandawagan and Dishnakaz. Ginugimi Ninta Manishna Beg Nindonji. Ani Manda Troy Nij Jo Jansag Gichi Aya Iang Ga Ijibima Dizian. Hello, everyone. My name is Brittany Mandawagan. I am from Gunagaming First Nation, where my husband Troy and I raise our 2 kids. Nin Eya Wag Eya Nishna Begi Kinomagan Abito Segi Kinamaga Nin Dina We Magan Nishna Be Moin. Anishna Be Mikanaga Gigadoda Ijigejwe when Bejik Bibon. I was a student and now I'm a tutor of the Certificate 3 in Indigenous Pathways to Speaking the Language Year 1 program. Today we gather to celebrate a significant milestone in our lives, the completion of the Certificate 3 in Indigenous Pathways to Speaking the Language Year 1. And we ask Creator to continue to guide us on our journey, or on our ongoing journey in learning our Anishinaabe Moin. This journey has been one of dedication, perseverance, and a deep connection to our culture. When I began this program, I was eager to learn but unaware of the profound journey I was embarking on. The Ojibwe language was more than just words. It became a bridge to my heritage, to my culture, and my ancestors. Each lesson revealed the depth and beauty of our traditions and stories. Learning Ojibwe has transformed my life. It has given me a stronger sense of identity and belonging. I now feel more connected to my community and ancestors. The journey has not only been about learning, did I read that? The language, but also about rediscovering our roots and understanding and importance of preserving our heritage. One of my biggest mentors is my mom, Rosalind Mugabe, who lost her language during her time at residential school. Her strength and resilience have been a constant source of inspiration to me. Through my efforts in revitalizing the Ojibwe language, I am also honoring her and all those who were deprived of their language and cultural heritage. As a tutor and instructor, I am deeply committed to the revitalization of our Indigenous languages. I believe that teaching and learning Ojibwe is a powerful way to keep our culture alive. It is my mission to inspire and support others in their language learning journeys, as my mentors have inspired and supported me. Like my late Aunt Joanne Mandawagan did. It is because of her dedication and love for our language and culture. She spent over 30 plus years teaching Ojibwe to students here in Thunder Bay for the Catholic District School Board, inspiring generations to embrace their heritage. Although she is no longer with us, her legacy lives on. Her legacy lives on.
through the countless lives she touched, including mine. I'm proud to continue her work in my own way and know she'd be proud of me too. Chimingo Chantichuan. Oh, jeez. Oh, I lost my spot. Chimigwech, for your tireless efforts to preserve our language and culture, your spirit will continue to guide me on this journey. So let us remind ourselves that Anishinaabe Moine language is more than just words and grammar. It is the voice of our ancestors, the rhythm of our culture, and the essence of our identity. Each word we have learned, each sentence we have spoken, is a step toward persevering our heritage and honoring those who came before us. I am deeply grateful for this opportunity to stand before you as a keynote speaker. And I'd just like to take this time to thank all the specialists, the learning specialists, our tutors, our assistants, and the whole language revitalization team, and our families and our communities. We have all achieved something remarkable. Our ancestors spoke Anishinaabe Moine as they told stories, passed down wisdom, and built communities. By learning and speaking Anishinaabe Moine, we are not just preserving a language, we are keeping those stories, that wisdom, and those communities alive. We are creating a bridge between the past and the future, ensuring the rich tapestry of our culture continues to thrive. As we celebrate this achievement, let us remember the responsibilities that come with it. We are now the carriers of our language. It is up to us to teach it to the next generation, to use it in our daily lives, and to keep it vibrant and relevant. Let us take pride in our accomplishments by also recognizing that this is just the beginning of a lifelong commitment to our culture and our communities. I want to extend, my heartfelt thanks here to everyone here at Matawa and everybody that helped out with the graduation. And so I just wanted to thank the Matawa Wakatari team, our language specialists, tutors, and assistants who have guided us with patience and wisdom. Your dedication had made this possible. To our families, thank you for your support and encouragement. And to my fellow graduates, I'm proud to stand with you. We have worked hard and we have succeeded together. In closing, I would like to share a quote from Larry Smallwood that has inspired me throughout this whole journey. Whatever dialect you learn, however you learn to speak Ojibwe, as long as you're speaking from the heart, the Creator will always understand you, no matter how you sound. So let us move forward with pride, with humility, and with a deep sense of responsibility. The future of the Ojibwe language, our Anishinaabe Moine, is in our hands. Chimigwech, Minobimadzuin Gekinawea.
Wait. Thank you very much, Brittany. Another round of applause for you as she walks down. I would like to call upon the education coordinator, Stephanie Hogan, to give her closing remarks.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Stephanie Hogan. I'm the education coordinator here at the Education Department for Mattawa. I'm here on behalf of Sharon Nate, our executive director, and the whole education department. She sends her regrets today, and I know she really wishes she could have been here for this. What an amazing ceremony this has been. I've been asked to mention the High Commission of New Zealand. They would like to congratulate all of our graduates today and they do send their regrets. They wish they could have been here to celebrate along with us. I'd like to first recognize the graduates from our communities who have been honored here today. I would also like to thank the tutors, tutor assistants, language specialists, and all those administrators who work to provide this important education. Last but not least, I'd like to recognize and thank the team who has worked tirelessly to organize this graduation today. The work you put in was immense, and it's come to fruition beautifully. All the volunteers as well. The achievements made by the Maachita Wakateri program in this conjoint year one are truly inspiring, and I'd like to mention some of those today. This program has been rolled out into all 9 of our Maachita communities, as well as 3 classes run here in Thunder Bay. There was a total of 295 enrollments into the program, of which 95% are Maachita members. 180 students have the option for re-enrollment and can merge back into the program whenever they're ready. There have been a total of 90 graduates this year, celebrating 100% achievement completion. This program and first-year rollout has created numerous job opportunities, including 12 tutors, 12 assistants, all of which are community-based jobs, as well as the administrative support and language specialists. Looking forward to the future, the Maachita Wakateri team will continue to nurture the program in each of the 9 communities by maintaining the integrity of the curriculum using the Maachita Wakateri methods of delivery. Currently, the Maachita Wakateri program is seeking World Indigenous Nations Higher Education Consortium site accreditation for the next 10 years. The hope from this is to one day share the program nationally with other First Nations and expand our capabilities to deliver quality Indigenous accredited language programs. I'm so honored to have been asked to speak here today, and I'm inspired by the tireless work that this team and all of the graduates have put in. Maachita Wakateri is the fast-moving canoe on the rivers that merge, and that sentiment is clearly displayed by all of these graduates and the teachers who have led the way. Congratulations to everybody.
These are a gift for you. And I'll go shake those guys' hand.
I also need to, I've been asked to recognize our MC today, Gideon Winters. Thank you so much for all of your work. Thank you. Pass it off to you. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Miigwech. Hegoita mga duchika dig. Medyo nagabeh mo at wag amatigats. We're going to have a drum song from the Thunder Mountain Singers. They're going to do their closing song. So if we could all stand, please.
Hello, everybody. At this time, we're going to be doing, we're going to recognize our staffs, and then we're going to be dancing out. But right now, we're going to introduce our dancers here. We have a grass dancer, and jingle dress dancer, traditional dancer, and a woodland dancer. So I'm going to let these individuals communicate their name and where they're from.
Bonjour, name's Noda Moses. I'm from Pintagon First Nation, but my mom's from Constance Lake First Nation. So I want to congrats all you guys for doing it. It's awesome to see. So I hope you guys make it and go far. That'd be awesome. Miigwech.
Hello, bonjour. Chelsea Morso, jingle dress dancer from Fort William First Nation. I just want to say congratulations to all of you graduates out there, and very nice to see you guys excel, and I hope you guys plan on going far with the language. Miigwech.
Bonjour, Ojawashkwan Kado Ikwe, Ongonagaming Nindonji Makwa Nadodem. Hello, my name is Tanis, and I just want to say congratulations to all the graduates.
Bonjour, my name is Nathan Chichu. I'm from Contis Lake First Nation. My mother is also from Fort Hope First Nation. And I'd like to congratulate everyone that's, and yeah, congrats.
All right, let's hear it for our dancers, everybody. All right, at this time we're gonna be dancing everybody out. So we're gonna all follow our elder and our staff behind our dancers, and then our graduates will follow in behind our dancers.
Those of you that graduated with your string, pull your string to the other side. Your string to the other side as you walk out. It might be a time to do that photo op outside. If they're going to go outside, that might be a great time. Because after that, we'll have the blessing of the food and we'll be eating. Okay, Thunder Mountain Singers, it's all yours. Thank you very much. Thunder Mountain Singers. We are almost nearing the end. We only got a couple things to do before I call up again Wanda Baxter. She'll be doing the closing remarks. If you need to take any pictures, it might be a good time now. Before we do, we always recognize our chiefs, whether if you're invited or not. We have another chief here who wasn't on the agenda or anywhere, but I would like to acknowledge him to say quickly for a couple of few words. Our chief from Webquay First Nation, Cornelius Wabas. I'll give you the mic for a few seconds here.
Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Cornelius Wabas, Chief Webquay First Nation. You know, it never fails. They never fail to recognize me wherever I go, even if I'm not on the agenda. But I like to say, miigwech to everybody that's here, that's able to attend the graduation. I think this graduation is very important. It's to do with our languages. Keeping our language and keeping our language alive, and and passing it on to our young people as well too. So I'm it's grateful for me to be here. I'm honored to be here as well too to celebrate with the graduates and also with your people here. You know, we celebrate the achievements of our people, of our young people. We celebrate as they grow and achieve through their lives. Today, I just also want to mention that we lost one of our elders back in Webquay. The elder was living here in Thunder Bay at the old folks' home, but he sadly passed away this morning. And but we also celebrate his life as well too, because he's over 80 years old, and he lived a long life, and he showed us the way, and we celebrate his life as well too, as we do with other elders as well too. So I just want to mention that, and I'd like to thank everybody for being here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chief Cornelia Wabas, Webquay First Nation. If Wanda Baxter is up here, she's going to do the closing prayer and the blessing of the food.
Bonjour. Well, it was pretty beautiful and pretty awesome. And gets me great for all the hard work, for everybody in what you've done. And so with that, I'll Ganishnabe Mchigan. Also, Minoa, my Kaganawabandaman, Pimatazwin, Agjemanito. Miigwech kitigo, Missigowe, Chibe, Ganawab Migoziang, Wenongom. Wega kipias chigiang. Ngesgo minus chigewak. Gwenuak wega kipia indota much. Kemi wechgewe and schnabe one. Kimini goes yang. Wesgoge Gania kitwe migwechwe michem. And isgoe michem. Wegin. Chiayan, we chicken abandaman. Wege miigwechke we wawe mataswin kachigatek. We gawin choni kayang. We miigwech minon the kit kijemanito. We te wabanong manito gayaik kijawanong ningabianong kiwetenong kigeomak the kiminan kigeoma swimming. Miigwechwe manito Mishomis, Wegabachikasigich. Ege we, Sago, we wene, Chiganoab Mitizon. We wene, Chiganoab and the man, keep Matizin. How, Migach. You know, I always mention the circle of life. The circle of life, where we Matizin. One time, I had a dream about that. You were the circle of life. Don't forget, you know, about our children, our young children, and the young people, that we always need to pray for their life. You know, being out there, you know, it's not easy. So again, miga chikitigong, miga.
Thank you very much, Wanda Baxter. Miigwech. It is the time to, if you need to take any pictures, they're out in the courtyard. It may be the only time to take pictures in their gowns. But on behalf of the Matawa Education and the Matawa Wakatiri language team, miigwech, for honoring our graduates with your presence. We hope you have enjoyed celebrating their successes with us. And we wish you all a safe journey as you travel home. If you discovered a new passion for the language, please sign up on the foyer so we can celebrate with you as a graduate in your community soon. Miigwech. As far as the lineup goes, both tables are all the same. And make sure the elders will be fed first. Elders will be fed first, delegate, students, guests, and the Matawa Education last.
Hello, hello, hello. Don't eat yet. Don't eat yet. We have to do the spirit plate. Oh, you're on it? Okay, good. Bring it over here.